So anyways, we're working on the floor pan for the BOONIE, Volkswagen BOONIE bus, or BOONIE bug I should say. And come up with a lot of different things here, and been a lot of trial and error and doing stuff and doing it. Originally, the front end, I wanted to make the Volkswagen front end, like the two beam front end, but I couldn't get it exactly. So I made my own, very basic and simple. So it's nothing crazy, just a regular front end, right? So it's all set up ready to go. You have shocks in there. These are shocks that were on one of these cheaper, I think it was RC, one of these up here, because I modified some of the leaf springs and some of these leaf springs at the shocks, and I just kept the parts and pieces and I stuck them in here. So we're just going to put a plate in there. This is all machined. I made this out of aluminum on the mill. Here's the spindle setup. Made my own spindles. I still have to put these spindles in there yet. Everything swivels. Everything is hunky-dory. I got brass bushings in there. I mean, it's going to be functional, of course, right? Tell by that. So, of course, I had to re-drill it. First time I put it up here and it didn't want to work, so because the shocks are short. So, I mean, you don't want too much travel, right? Everything's functional, right? So it's and this way it gives you a place to mount the body as well. So that's the way it is. But you know, I try to get as perfect as I can, but you know, I don't want to be spending $800, $400 or $500 to buy another one of those kits, because that actually has the good front end in it. And to make it out of scratch too, it is very difficult, and just a big pain in the ass to dealing with different materials. But anyways, this works fine. This kind of setup's been used in many. Sorry, it looks kind of crooked, but it's not. Just the way the camera is. This kind of setup here has been used on many different RCs all the time, right? It's a front independent rear suspension. It's just very basic. The back of it is a little more interesting and intricate, and here again, it is still Volkswagen based, because I really like the Volkswagen rear suspension. So this is the back bar on the back, and here's the bracketry for the shocks. Now the Volkswagen, if you're coming new to my channel, if you don't know anything about Volkswagen, is the rear bar on the back on a Volkswagen Bug, or even a van for that matter, is a torsion. There's a spring in there, the torsion plate, and it kind of helps with the suspension on the back of the Volkswagen. Because the Volkswagen, all you really have, like this, this rear torsion here bar, acts as a leaf spring. They have I think they have a spring or something in there. I forget what it is. It's been a long time since I played with that kind of stuff in real life. But I have a spring in there, and it just kind of springs back and forth, and it helps with the suspension. So anyways, we had to make another bracket. So here is the transmission. Now, this transmission is a really good transmission transfer case for building RC trucks, because you know you have everything's here. You have the motor here. Motor on this side is taped off at the moment. Motor on this electric motor, and this goes to your driveline, right? Can eliminates a bunch of pieces, and I like this for the bugs or the projects I'm working on here, because it's simple. It really is a simple design. Too bad it is plastic case, plastic gears, and it's some brass and metal parts in there. Well, it's just the way it is. Now, I'm going a bit off topic. That bug there, the original kit is metal transfer case, but those are expensive. So this is fine for what we're doing, and it's fine for using it for playing around in the house. And this is not going to be something I'm going to take out in the. I mean, we could take it out on the cement, but not for BOONIE bashing. Way too much work has gone into it to be bashing it up outside. But you could if you want to, and you do as you want if you ever build something like this in real life. So, but in life, so anyways, I made this funky apparatus here to house the transmission. Now you can do this any way you want, but this is the way I did it. Right, like this, right? Kind of basic and crude. And I've already done this like 1, 2, and that was the third time. The third time actually works the best. I had to re-engineer it, and when I put this together, I had the motor here before I added the arms for the shock towers, and then the motor got in the way. Like, oh man, that's not gonna work. And I did it again. Like, oh, this is not gonna work. So I came up with this system, which is much better, and it slides into there, and I get this. I get the the axles when it comes through here, and the torsion plates come through here, so everything's all hunky-dory and perfect. And the motor sticks back. Well, you think about it in reality with the Volkswagen motor, of course the motor's in the back of the car, right? So it makes sense to have the motor, like the electric motor on the back of the model here, right? Now, if I had a 3D printer, this might be something for a later date. I'm not that advanced yet in technology. Kind of still backwards in that sense. But if I had the knowledge and stuff about doing with more electronic stuff, I would get a 3D printer, and I would just 3D print a Volkswagen motor for 1/10 scale, and just put on the back of the model, right? But I'm not that advanced yet. I mean, I can add little things. Like, I mean, I built the rail up there. I built my own motor, but it took a long time to do that. I can do it again if I want to. It just takes time to build it. But 3D, I mean, you just build it. It's plastic. Everything's all one piece, and just bolt it in somehow, and hopefully it doesn't break when you're out there 4x, break it to a million pieces. So, anyways, this is going to be covered anyway. I'm going to be building it similar like that, but I'm going to make it so the whole engine compartment is all covered. And in the picture I showing you at the intro of this video here, you see the motor, because there's a cover that comes like this, and the motor is sort of exposed. But the way I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it covered, right, and add some louvers or holes in it, so it mimics to look like maybe it was a motor, originally a motor in there, right? You have the exhaust pipes and stuff like that, maybe a stinger pipe or muffler, make something, right, to make it look the part. But yeah, we have lots to do. Rims and tires, we don't know about that yet. We'll cross that path when we get there. But now we're working on this here. Very, very time consuming and trial and error. And yeah, that's plugged off, so shavings will go in there. So I mean, I've had to make different pins and modify this and modify that. And the mill I have helps with doing a lot of different conversions, and this makes everything look better. So, but I mean, you can do this any way you want. If you have the system, you don't have to do what I did here, right? You can just, if you were to build the same kind of system, would have done. This here is very labor intensive, but I like fabricating. I like fabricating my own stuff, even in the shop, when I'm building cars and hot rods, for that matter. I like fabricating my own mounts and bracketry and frames and stuff like that, and that's what I like to do. So, yep, my favorite, PVC. It is actually PVC pipe that I flattened to do my bases. It works really good, and it's easy to work with. And it's cheap too. So, but anyways, this video is getting kind of long here, and just thought I'd show you guys the first part of the Volkswagen BOONIE Bug project. Stay tuned for more updates on this project coming up and others. And if you have any questions, feel free to post something in comments. And remember to follow me either on TikTok or YouTube. And thanks for watching. Bye for now.